Hello, my name is Jeremy Ousey, and this is a public response to resolution number 5 of the Royal College of Podiatry's 2022 AGM. My name is on there, but it's not something that I support. Again, resolution 5 is not a resolution that I support. I have to be authentic. This was not a resolution that I ever truly agreed to. I will say that I agreed to a version of it, but not this version. And for those of you who know me, which if you're seeing this, the likelihood is that you've seen it from a forum, and the likelihood is that you know that I like to speak before I've thought about what I'm going to say. I have been incredibly considered on this topic, so much so that I have a script. So when we were writing the resolution, I deleted the section which asked for an independent ballot. This was never something that I was particularly keen on. When it comes to going back on decisions that have been made, if you do that, that becomes a very, very slippery slope. But more importantly, I can see where the membership are coming from when they say that they feel like they weren't as included as they'd have liked to be. But I think that this is an incredibly good move for the podiatry profession in general. I did have track changes on when we were writing and rewriting the versions, and post a screenshot here for anyone who wants to see that I did in fact delete the point that was about the independent ballot for the sake of openness and honesty, and because, well, quite frankly, again, you won't be surprised that I am no politician, and I'm not entirely sure of what the usual process would be for challenging and changing a position formally, but I will be sharing my version of the supporting notes, and you've already seen my version of the motion, and I will leave them on screen for the next 30 seconds, so if you want, press pause or rewind as it goes to move on. So I submitted my last version of that at 5:45 on the 4th of April, and it wasn't until 2:30 on the day of submission, i.e. the 5th of April, that the final version was given to us to read. I had a fully booked clinic, so I never actually got to check it, although I will say that I did agree in principle I would be happy to put my name down. But I never actually got to check the final version. Other versions had been done, and I fully intended to correct them if it seemed that my colleagues weren't going to change it, but sadly, they never actually put down the version that I had put forward. And I'd like to also share that my position would not be a surprise to them. The evening before submission, so on the 4th of April, at about 5 to 9, I sent a message to the group. Having re-looked at motion 3, I do not think it is in the interests of the membership to have final say on all associate memberships. I do think that having a structured set of requirements for any associate memberships would be appropriate. To just clarify, so not within the message. This was referring to the fact that I thought that any health professionals who wish to join, that would definitely be an appropriate thing. And I thought that for FHPs, having some sort of an exam, much like there is an exam required for the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow in their Faculty of Podiatric Medicine, I felt like having something rigorous to check the standards of the person joining the Royal College of Podiatry would be important. So back to my message. Otherwise, we run the risk of excluding individuals who would otherwise potentially contribute to the profession significantly, as well as negating the benefits of opening the membership up for associate members. Keep in mind, the purpose of accepting memberships is not for the protection of the public, but to encourage the development and improvement in those offering foot care, and to equally promote the profession and encourage people into it. So, from the perspective of the origins of this particular motion, I have some other points that may be worth knowing, since I am actually in favour, that is, in favour of associate memberships, and I am voting against Resolution 5.